Welcome to Songs of Praise this Pentecost Sunday. A year ago, this coming Tuesday, the city of Manchester was bombed in a terrorist attack that left 22 dead and over 500 injured. Despite the horrific consequences of that night, the spirit of this great city and its people remains as strong as ever.
In today's programme, we talk to a Methodist minister who was with her 11-year-old twin daughters in the arena on the night.
What happened that night is not a reflection on God for me, a more reflection of where we are as a world.
Sean Fletcher meets a survivors choir who are using singing to heal.
It is, and it's hard, but being in this choir, it really helps.
And the Bishop of Manchester remembers the city's unity and love on this Pentecost Sunday.
It was one of the most emotional moments to see a group of Muslim men being greeted with applause by the people of Manchester who were mourning the dead.
On the 22nd of May last year, a homemade bomb was detonated in the foyer area of Manchester Arena as crowds of families were leaving a concert by US singer Ariana Grande.
What was most shocking was that this was an attack targeted at children. The youngest killed was just 8 years old. But instead of dividing the community and inciting hatred, the opposite happened, with Mancunians from all quarters offering whatever help could. The following night, in a packed Albert Square in Manchester, the feeling was of profound sadness and loss, but also of unity, hope and love.
Echoing those sentiments, our music today comes from Greater Manchester churches, and our first is from right here in the cathedral at the heart of this great city. Over 14,000 people attended the Ariana Grande concert at Manchester Arena.
They included 11-year-old twins Rebecca and Hannah and their mum Helen, who's a Methodist minister.
First time we'd been to a concert together, so that was quite exciting. And we were in seats quite close to the foyer entrance. I heard a noise, a huge noise. I didn't realise at first it was a bomb, but at that moment you realise something awful's happened.
but I was pushed to the floor. And then I thought my mum had grabbed Rebecca and just ran for it, and my main focus was finding Rebecca and Mum.
I think I froze because I could see Rebecca and I couldn't see Hannah. So we went to look for Hannah, firmly believing she'd gone on ahead. We got to the bottom of the stairs. Quite quickly I realised Hannah wasn't there.
So then we ran back upstairs into the foyer.
Utter silence. Deathly silence, really.
No one was doing anything, they were just on the floor.
I was wanting to find Hannah. I was hoping she wasn't in there, but needed to know if she was. And so I looked around to try and find her.
And we decided, you know, Hannah wouldn't be any further back than there, so then we decided to run back down the stairs. And
So fortunately we went a bit further into the station. We went to the doors of the station and there was Hannah, stood next to a man who I would love to say thank you to. All three of us have had and are still going through post-traumatic stress, and we're a year on and we've had wonderful counselling and we're so much stronger than we were.
I think it has definitely got a lot easier, but it was quite hard at the beginning because it was like the smallest things could set you off.
Science class is kind of hard for me because of all the flames, and smells really affect me. Any smoke and I'm panicking.
If anything, these situations make you stronger because you realise what could have been.
Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His steadfast love endures forever.
Ever since, I've never lost my faith in God. Got very angry with him. I don't blame God for what happened. I feel we have a responsibility to look after our world, look after one another, and sometimes people make bad choices, and those choices lead to disastrous consequences sometimes. And what happened that night is not a reflection on God for me, a more reflection of where we are as a world.
Issue is solved.
On Tuesday, 1 year on, we'll be together as a family and we'll be holding on to one another, remembering those who aren't with us anymore, remembering those who have life-changing injuries, mentally and physically, and trying to rebuild some of the brokenness whilst not forgetting, never forgetting, but holding on to the brokenness and trying to heal. And I'll be giving my girls a big hug.